A former drug dealer, who has been through all the circles of hell, decides to retire and forget about his dark past. But the past does not intend to just let him go. This is a retelling of the movie, Thursday. Keep your eyes open and stay focused. Casey and Chris are a young couple living an ordinary life. One night their house rings a bell. It's Nick, Casey's former partner in crime. He is unlike his friend. He is still involved in criminal activities. Nick arrives at his friend's house. He is surprised at how much Casey has changed his life. It's no surprise. The guy is living a healthy lifestyle, keeping house and working as an architect. His wife is unaware of her spouse's dark past. Nick assures that he's changed, too. He talks about his business and that he is going to get married. Citing an important meeting, the guest leaves after borrowing a friend's car. Casey, putting his mate's things in the room, sees the briefcase. It is the kind of briefcase they use to do their dark business with. Convincing himself that it's just important documents, curiosity leads him to open the case. Seeing that it is full of heroin, Casey becomes furious. He calls a friend, but the friend just shrugs his hands. The landlord starts to frantically get rid of the drugs, flushing them down the sink. A few minutes later, the doorbell rings. A young guy, disguised as a pizza delivery guy, sneaks into the house. He points a gun at Casey and asks him for the heroin. Learning that the drugs have gone to waste, the stranger tells him that he has to kill the owner of the house. He finally asks if he can smoke some weed. The stranger gladly agrees. Ice, as he introduced himself, dreams of becoming a rapper. He gets a call from the studio asking him to perform one of his songs over the phone. Casey takes advantage of Ice's confusion, knocks him out, ties him up and locks him in the garage. At this point, Dr. Jervis comes to see him. He has come about the foster child the couple wants to take in. Chris has already had her individual interview. Now it's Casey's turn. Their conversation is interrupted by a noise from the garage. The man apologizes to the doctor and leaves. There, he hangs Ice by his legs from the ceiling beam to keep him quiet. At that moment, the liberated hottie Dallas appears on the doorstep. She unceremoniously sneaks into the living room and, ignoring Casey's protests, sits down on the couch. When the guy leaves to answer the phone, the girl has a very frank dialogue with the doctor.
I went on as a day player on this porn film in LA.
The man takes the opportunity to ask about Casey's past, and Dallas recounts the guy's life of crime in color. After listening to the story, Dr. Jervis leaves, not wanting to hear the guy's excuse. A girl takes the owner of the house hostage. After learning that there are no drugs, she demands money from the boy. After receiving a refusal to her request, Dallas rapes the bound man. The process is interrupted by a gunshot that blows the lustful bitch's brains out. She is killed by Bill Hill. The guy shows off his torture bag. When he hears a noise outside, he tapes Casey's mouth shut and leaves the room. When Billy returns, the guy has already freed himself from the duct tape on his hands and has armed himself with a frying pan. He stabs the man several times and hangs him in the garage with Ice. Nick calls Casey. He says he stole the money and hid it, and directed all traces of it to a friend's house. The man apologizes and advises him to leave town. Nick is seriously injured and it may have been his last call. Casey is tidying up the house, removing all traces of blood, when Detective Kazarov shows up on the doorstep. The man puts a bag on the table with Nick's head inside. He wants the money his underling stole from the cops. Kazarov is sure that Casey can remember where his friend might have hidden it. He offers the guy a deal. He must bring the money by 7 p.m., and in return he will get the house cleared of bodies and a happier life ahead. Casey finds the money Nick hid in the spare tire of his car. There he also finds 2 pairs of watches, a gift from a friend for him and Chris. At the appointed time, the cops, led by Kazarov, and several major drug dealers arrived at the guy's house. The guy himself is not in the house. He set those who dared to interfere in his measured life on each other. Casey, meanwhile, meets his wife at the airport. He informs Chris that he has to leave urgently and offers to go with him. She has to make a decision right now, and the girl agrees. The couple leaves to start a new life with $2 million. Support the channel by subscribing, like, and turn on notifications. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.